What's up, guys? Only Use Knife here. Got a special guest with me. I'll just let you introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Dre. Most of you guys probably know me as Dre the Concept. I'm a hip hop artist, but then I also got a pretty interesting job that I'll be talking about during this interview.
Yeah, Dre the Concept here. You probably recognize him from my sick montage. I couldn't have done it without Dre the Concept's amazing music. This
Appreciate it,
guy,
man.
yeah, man, you deserve it. I can definitely see you taking off to professional hip hop. I don't know what you call that, but I'll be hearing you on the radio pretty soon. I bet it's great
Man, I
stuff.
definitely hope so. Because actually, my first song was Cover Me While I Move, and that's actually how I got into this thing.
Yeah, I love that song, man, and rocking that in my car all the time. It's amazing.
That's
but
what's up, man. That's good.
yeah.
And then on top of that, Cover Me While I Move was pretty much very successful because of the fact that all these like larger channels really helped me out. And people always ask me, why do you only make video game music? Why don't you veer off into other things? And the main reason behind that was everybody has to find their niche, and this is just pretty much my niche. And you got to get into the game somehow, and this is just the way people know me as. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep going this route, and then I'm definitely gonna keep making my normal music, which nobody really hasn't heard because I'm not ready to release that until I've gained more popularity into the whole Call of Duty community.
Gotcha, that makes sense. It's just
Hmm.
like any other YouTube channel, basically. If you for gaming, anyways, you got knifers, you've got quickscopers, all that kind of thing.
Right.
So, how about just? I've never really, tried to write a rap song. I mean, like if I was going to, where do you usually start? And like how do you develop your lyrics? Do you, pick out a beat first, or do you write your lyrics first, or can you kind of explain your creation process there?
Well, honestly, everybody does it a different way. All hip hop artists do it however they feel comfortable. The way I feel comfortable is first, I got to have the beat ready. I got to kind of get a feel of what I want the song to sound like. So then once I have the beat ready to go, every song or every beat has a certain type of transition to it, like, 8 bars for the hook usually, and then 16 bars for the verses. So I go ahead and I decide, all right, I'm going to do 2 verses, I'm going to do 3 verses or whatever once I have the beat ready. If I'm going to make the beat, then, it usually takes me about a good 30 minutes to sit there and make a pretty decent beat, put it together, put it on the computer, which I use Adobe Audition if you're wondering what type of program I use. I don't use Pro Tools like the pros do because I think that that program takes a lot of RAM and a lot of knowledge and study in order to use that program. And I think that it's easier to start off and just keep going with a program that you're very comfortable with, which Adobe Audition I am. Now, to go along with that, once I got the verses written down and all that stuff, it's definitely important to practice it because you don't want to be in the studio and not know exactly how you're going to spit the track or record the track and stuff like that, and just kind of take over and all that kind of stuff. It just wastes your time. So it's important to practice. Once you're done practicing, then you definitely just lay it down and make something awesome.
Yeah, man. Like I was impressed at how fast you got the knife over bullet recorded, and you even said you were sick while you were recording like the second verse. I was like, wow, you couldn't even tell. That was,
well,
that was
well,
amazing.
actually, it was kind of weird because I really was anxious to finish it because I just thought that the final project would be crazy sick, which definitely it came out awesome, and I got good feedback out of it, and I appreciate everybody that supported not only use knife but myself as well. Definitely, I appreciate all the likes and all that stuff, and I value everybody's opinion. So if you didn't enjoy the music, then hey, it might not be your type of music, your style, but nonetheless, I appreciate you checking it out. Um, yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely check out Dre's channel. He's got a lot of great stuff up there. Dude has a lot of talent. I mean, if you're a bigger YouTube producer or anybody, just check him out, and then maybe he'll write a song for you.
Well,
uh,
yeah, I try to do any custom music and stuff. And what was cool about you is that we sat there and we kind of met through Skype and all that stuff. And, you used to live really close to where I live currently right now. I live in Tampa, Florida. He used to live in St. Petersburg. That's what
Right.
he called home.
Yep.
But it would have been cool if you were still here because I would have been like, hey, man, let's go link up and let's go meet up and all that stuff. But it's all right. I'll make my way up there someday.
We could have did a boss ass music video.
Damn right, man. It might have it might have had some sort of live footage to it and stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah,
chicks dancing. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, sounds good. So,
Yeah, but but
well,
yeah, it was a pleasure working with him because he actually sat there and he gave me ideas to where when he did his commentaries, he said certain things, so he wanted to include that. So I made sure that I included as much as possible within the song itself to make it a lot more personal on a personal level to where the people that know him can appreciate the song more and definitely like it more, obviously.
yeah, that was my favorite part of working with you, and I honestly didn't know like what to expect as you were writing your lyrics if you were setting your stuff, but you were just really open to all my ideas, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'll expand out a little bit here and throw you some cool ideas. Like we had the Sam Fisher, and I mean that's kind of like a knifing term that I made up, and I don't know. There's some other like video game terms, but when I sent you kind of a personal phrase that I say, I always say like, "Oh, that was cum," or like "cum" or something like that, instead of saying that was cool. Like, what was going through your mind when you saw like "cum" on the list instead of "cool"? Like, as I would say that.
Well, well, immediately when you told me that, the first thing I did was I put LOL in capitals because I thought that was clever, one, and it was creative, it was different. I've never heard somebody say that was so come. Obviously, come, you feel good when you come. So, so it's definitely something sick when you say, hey, man, that was so come. So it was definitely something different because I hadn't heard anybody ever say something like that. But it's clever, man. You know what? You got me saying it now.
Yeah, cum is spreading like wildfire. I even heard
Yeah.
Zer Grizz, he put it in like a tweet. He said something about taking a dump, and he said it was just really cum. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess cum, is spreading like wildfire, so it's good.
How is a cum? How is a cum? How is a dump cum? It just doesn't really match too well, but it's kind of cool that you're getting your
Yeah,
stuff out there, man.
yeah, man, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Well, we talked quite a bit about the musical process here and your art, but I guess we can talk about. I understand you were in the army. Do you want to explain what you did in the military?
Well, it's kind of interesting because when I first got into the military, I wanted to do infantry. Everybody that wants to like deal with guns, wants to shoot this and that and all that stuff. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go infantry and all that stuff. Well, when I got to MEPS, which is the Military Entrance Processing Center, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, once you get there and you do your ASVAB, which is a test that you have to take before you get into the military, they kind of gauge your abilities to do certain problems like, math problems, your comprehension in English and yada, yada, yada,
Okay.
whatever. So then from there, you get a certain score. Once you get that score, then it tells you what type of jobs you're eligible for. And what was cool with that is that they were just like, oh, it's kind of raining
I just
real
heard
hard.
thunder. Jeez.
But it's kind of crazy right now in Tampa, man. Driving here was really interesting. Okay, anyway, back to it. So my recruiter told me, hey, man, well, your scores was really good, so we're not going to put you in infantry. I recommend that you do something in intelligence. And what really sold me on intelligence was the fact that he was just like, once you get out, which was a lie, once you get out, you can go and work for the FBI, you could work for the CIA, you could do this and do that and all that stuff. So I thought that was cool, and I was just like, yeah, man, I've seen the movies, Born Identity, let's do it, man. But well, that really wasn't the case because in order to do that, you got to have a freaking degree. Once you got your degree, then you got to have experience. That's with any job now because of the freaking economy and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
But that's pretty much what I do. I do intelligence, and if you don't know what that is, then definitely recommend that you Google it because I can't really talk about it too much. So, but my official job title is counterintelligence agent. So
That's
pull
pretty
up a Google
badass.
search and check that out, and we'll go from there.
You do some kind of 24 stuff, Jack Bauer.
Well, if you want to call it that, then yeah, why not?
All right. All right, that's 9:55 right there. I'm gonna cut it right here, and then we can come back.
hmm
Alrighty, so this is kind of like a random offshoot here, but I had to ask, since you're kind of involved in the music industry, what do you
Yeah.
think of the current state of the music industry right now? Like, what the music you hear on the radio, what do you think of that in general compared to like years past?
Well, honestly, the quality obviously has gone down, and I really do not listen to the radio much because one, it's repetitive, so you hear the same thing over and
Yeah.
over again, and you can just imagine how annoying that is. And I'm pretty sure you feel me on that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so my whole basis on why I talk about the things that I talk about. One, I want to be real and I want to talk about reality, what I have experienced versus someone that sits there and talks about hood stuff and that lives in the suburbs and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, exactly. So I know that there's some people that are fake in the industry, and I just don't want to be labeled as that person. I want to come out and be like, Nas or something like that. People always compare me to Nas and Drake. I don't know why, but I mean, it's just that's just what people kind of relate me to. So it's definitely an honor to be, compared to Nas, which is one of the greatest rappers in my opinion, or
Mhm.
hip hop artists, I should say, because
Yeah.
I have kind of like a difference in opinion versus where it comes to rap and hip hop. I mean, some people say it's the same, some people say it's different. I think it's different. Hip hop is more lyrical and more creative than rap, where it's more of like entertainment, like Lil Jon or something like that. That's in
Yeah.
the rap category.
That's
Don't you think?
yeah, I would agree with you on that. I mean, all the like when I think hip hop, I think like you were saying, like more lyrical based, like Army of the Pharaohs and stuff like that, as
hmm
opposed to like Lil Jon, where they just sing about like their Escalades and banging hoes and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel you on that, man.
It's just a
I
little more
mean,
deeper. It's more creative, more artistic, I think. That's what I like about it.
exactly.
But
Yeah, I mean, for example, like this guy Waka Flocka, man. What kind of fucking name is that, dude? And then like it's just surprising on the amount of people that like that type of artist. I guess it's the voice, man. It has to be the voice because the lyrics one suck. And I think that the most important thing about a song is the post production. What it ends up sounding like, the beat, obviously, and then
right.
on top of that, the end product. Like if it sounds good, then people are gonna bang it in their car.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, I
hmm
think it just all the radio songs, they're just catchy sounding. Like they're not
Right.
trying to put out an art form or anything like I think you do. They're just more trying to get an audience, and a lot of the times it's kind of crappy. Like, for instance, it's like most popular recently is that Rebecca Black Friday song, which is I don't know. What is your opinion of that song?
Oh my gosh, man. You know what? I was actually sitting downstairs on the couch and we were watching, my wife and I were watching TV. Yes, I am married and I'm 24 years old, but I've been married for the last 5 years. So,
Old fart.
so I'm thinking it's working.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway, so we were sitting there and then she usually gets on her computer and she looks at like, all the current news and all that kind of stuff. And then she's just like, hey, have you heard this song before? This Rebecca Black song? And I was just like, who the hell is that? And so then she shows me the video, right? And I sat there, and just like anything that's stupid, it really entertains me, and
yeah,
and it entertains anybody. Like for
yeah,
example, I like Will Ferrell. I think he's hilarious, but
yeah.
he's dumb as hell. But same thing with Rebecca Black. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I respect the fact that she wanted to make something and her parents supported her and all that stuff. But damn, that song is dumb.
Yeah,
And like,
it's like it's so bad. Like it's like watching a train wreck. It's terrible, but like you just can't stop watching.
you know what? I actually want to sit here and listen to it right now because I want to bask in its dumbness.
Yeah,
And that's just honestly, that's an example of good marketing, good advertising, because all they did was just put it on two sites and it went insanely viral because people just thought it was the dumbest song and worst song
yeah.
ever.
I thought it was like a parody, like a joke at first, but I guess it's not. I think it's meant to be taken seriously.
No, she was freaking dead ass serious, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I mean, you saw her face in the freaking
yeah.
music video. Come on, man, she was breaking it down.
I saw a comment on there like as she was looking at her car at the car like which seat should I get in, and they said there's a bus stop, and she's like, well, thank God the bus didn't come because she'd have a nervous breakdown trying to figure out what seat to take in the bus. That was hilarious.
You know what trips me out is the fact that you got that hip hop artist that's no, you know what? I'm gonna put him in the category of rap, man.
Yeah,
You got that guy in there, whatever. He doesn't even do his doubles right or anything. It's just
yeah,
it's ridiculous. Come on, man. What the hell, man, dude?
yeah,
Man, even the Disney Channel artists are way better than that guy. So, but yeah, it was kind of interesting because the company that made the music video and produced the song and stuff, they were talking about how he is a in-house rapper. So if you go and you make a song with them, you can have the option to spend an extra $200 to pay this in-house rapper to put down some lyrics on your track.
what a deal, man.
Seriously, $200, man. $2,000 to make a song that pretty much has made her a millionaire.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's crazy,
I
dude.
think I'd take DreTheConcept over that guy. He makes
You
some
know
sick
what?
ass beats, but I don't know if you'd want to do over Friday or anything. You should do a Friday cover.
I should do a remix, man.
That'd
I
be
should,
amazing.
but I would destroy it though, and people won't like it because it won't be dumb.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know what? And I'll leave you guys with this. And you can tell me I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm stupid. You can thumbs down this video just because of this. But America's stupid, man. Seriously. Like, I mean, not in, don't get me wrong. I like America and everything. I like where I live and stuff like that. But one, the school systems suck. And it's just people will, referring to music, people will settle for something that's repetitive, catchy, and stupid
Yeah,
versus something kind of like, let's say, like that's why it's hard for me to make it because people don't want to sit there and think.
yeah,
And they don't want to sit there and be like, hey, man, the lyrics are hot and all that stuff. They want to hear something that's repetitive so they can remember it and sit there and, recite it like it's a catchy tune and stuff.
right,
So
right.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like I don't know. I would say saying America's stupid as a whole. I mean, that's a whole other topic. But the music taste is definitely not the greatest across the board. I would say so. I'd agree with you on that. But well, running out of time here, guys. This video has been going on a little bit long. Sorry about that. But Dre the Concept, check out his channel, subscribe, check out his music. He's got some stuff on iTunes. He's pretty much a boss. So pleasure having you on here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for making the song for me as well. I really appreciate that. Wanted to throw that
No
out on the
problem.
public record. So yeah, but
Well, at least you could say, hey, man, I knew him before he was famous. That's if I become famous.
oh,
If
you'll
not, then I'm,
I bet
I'm
you'll
going to
become
law
famous.
school.
Yeah. When you hit it big, I'll be flying your private jet around. So
Sounds good. I'm just gonna hand you a American Express black card like I told you the other day and tell you to go ape shit with it.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's definitely a challenge, like you said.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. Dre the Concept. Thanks. Peace.